Another Tupac song, and obviously this is one you've never heard, of course.
Never heard
Okay,
it.
so this was in 1994. This one's featuring Nate Dogg. How long will they mourn me? This is about just basically him talking about people, friends, family members, that he knew or that just people in general know that pass, too young, whether they're killed or whether they just die of whatever reason. How long will they mourn me? How long will their memory live on is basically what he's saying here. So obviously this applies to him as well years later.
Absolutely.
So anyway, this Nate Dogg, have you ever heard of Nate Dogg? Okay, because I listened to him a lot when I was a kid.
Have heard that name.
So yeah, he was featured on a lot of Dr. Dre and Snoop and Warren G songs, and those, if you remember, were the three people I mentioned. I listened to
all the time.
Yeah, that was my first three people that I was introduced to in rap. So basically, and Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg, he's mainly the chorus singer usually for songs. Yeah, well, just when there's a chorus and he's on the song, that's usually what he does typically. So he has a very distinctive, deep voice, so you'll hear him. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name because, you would have had to when I was a kid for sure, because he was on all their albums a good bit. But anyway, all right, so this is How Long Will They Mourn Me? Like I say, this is in 94. All right, guys, so starting next week, we're going to start to cover some songs leading up to the infamous day where he was shot. Not when he died. This is in 94, so we're still 2 years off.
That's when he got shot and survived.
Right, yes. Okay. He got shot 5 times in a hotel lobby in New York, and that was set up by somebody, so you'll get to learn more about that, and we'll start jumping into some of the songs that kind of relate to that and stuff like that next week. But right now we're not gonna get over to that area yet altogether. This is still somewhat of a heartfelt song, and just not, I guess, more so of a heartfelt song here. So anyway,
am I gonna cry on this?
You could maybe, because he's talking about people that have passed, So yeah,
I'm thinking about him.
Well, right, and it does apply to him, of course, now that he's gone. But this was quite a meaningful song, of course, after he had passed, because it has this name to it. And how long will they mourn me? Well, people are still doing so a long time later. So all right, that's enough talking. Let's get into it, and here we go.
How long will they mourn me? Yeah. So my nigga KO. It's still on.
It's a friend.
Thug life. Thug life. How long will this shit for
Try not to fall.
All my homies drinking liquor, tears in everybody's eyes. Niggas cry, just want the homies outside. But I can't cry, instead of just a shoulder. Damn, why they taking up a soldier? I love my clip, I know my eyes blurry. Don't worry, I get the suckers back before you blurry.
I gotta pause on that, because that's just a good line. I load my talking a gun before my eyes are blurry, because before he starts crying and they're blurry. I'll get them suckers back before you're buried. Now again, he mentioned a guy named Cato. That was a friend of his. He was in a group with him and another guy, and I think Cato was the best friend of the other person. Big Psych was the guy's name, and that's how Tupac had met him. But obviously they got close at some point, and then he died. I don't know for sure how he died, but I think it was by getting shot or something like that. So, and of course a young guy. So, but anyway, I guess this one's kind of dedicated to him. So, and just like I say, in general, of just people going too soon. Friends in general. This could apply to anybody, not only him, of course. Anybody that's lost anybody in these kind of ways, So yeah. All right, so let's keep moving.
187, the real niggas get to go to heaven. How long will they mourn me? Glory me a motherfucking shit. Bitch, don't wanna die, bitch, don't fuck with me. It's kinda hard to be optimistic when your homies lying dead on the pavement, twisted. Y'all don't live. I'm trying hard to make amends, but I'm losing all my motherfucking just shot me when I was born. Now I'm trapped in the motherfucking storm. How long will it move it? How long will it move it? How long will it move it? How long will it move it?
Okay, so this is gonna be Big Sight, the guy I mentioned. This is his verse coming up. I do want to go back to one thing there. I think it was towards the end of the verse there. Let's see. Well, oh yeah, okay. No, that's where I want to be. Yeah. So you can tell. This one's kind of a harder song than the stuff because he's talking about getting back at people and stuff like that. And again, that's not just him specifically. This is how, you know, people that this happens to think a lot of times, you know, in a mode of revenge and stuff like that. So yeah,
they've lost so many
a friend,
people.
People in general. So anyway, and of course, bury me a G, bitch. Don't want to die, then don't fuck, you know. So don't come after him, and you know he won't have to do something. So that kind of same thing. Just the lines in here, the way the flow he's rapping in, and what he's talking about, you know, the way it's rhyming and he's putting it is just unbelievable, I think. So
well, he was just such a
a poet.
Such wisdom beyond his years.
So, yeah, definitely.
And
so this is, see, 94, he would have been 22, 23. I mean, that's when it came out. He could have even made it before then. So in his 20s, let's say. So, you know, and already seeing stuff like this on a regular basis. So, yes. So.
And I had said something in a previous video about him being not necessarily book smart, but street smart. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah, he was definitely book smart. Yeah, all he did was read.
He was wanted to go to college. He was ready for college, and him being prepared in that way, he had to be smart.
Oh, yeah, he was
because
both,
he had such a desire to go to college.
Yeah.
So I stand corrected, y'all. I should not have said he was not necessarily book smart.
And
because I listened
to the high school interview.
Well, not that, but the one we did.
Well, yeah.
I went back and re-listened to it, and I mean, he told us in plain sight.
Yeah, well.
So I stand corrected.
And also, like I had told you before, also he wrote poetry before he ever got into rap.
Yeah, and I think someone else said that.
And you can't do that if you don't have a real smart brain, obviously. Or be a rapper. You can't be a rapper if you don't have a smart brain either.
Definitely.
This is crazy, but
even though a lot of it I don't like, but hey.
Well, you never listened to
I never listened.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
I stand corrected on that, especially with my man here.
So
he is my man. I don't care how rough his songs get. He can do no wrong.
Yeah, you've said that. So anyway, what was I gonna? There was something I was gonna bring up.
Did I make you lose your train of thought?
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, it was keep going here. So I will try not to pause it, but after every verse, I will try not to pause it in between. Before the verse ends, guys, I'll try to let the verse play through. So unless there's just something.
Every motherfucking day, homie. You stayed down when the other niggas didn't know me. From my heart to the trigger, you my fucking nigga. And things won't be the same without you, nigga. I remember kicking back, you wanted a lack. And going half on a motherfucking 100 sack. Smoking blunt after blunt, instead steady drinking. Hung around so much, you knew what I was thinking. Tell me, Lord, why you take Big Kato? So confused, not knowing which way to go. I'm going crazy and running out of fucking time. I can't take it, I'm losing my fucking mind. So day after day, ride after ride.
Just one thing, and then we'll go. The big psych, the one that's rapping now. Kato was his best friend. Yeah, so he was obviously knew him longer than Tupac did, because Tupac met Kato through Big Psych. So, but yeah, so he'd probably been friends with him.
Saying that was him talking about, Lord, why did you take it? That was Tupac.
No. This is Big Psych. This is not Tupac's verse here. He was only on the first verse. That wasn't Tupac. Yeah. Here, we'll go back just a little bit.
Sure did sound like Tupac.
So confused, not knowing which way to go. I'm going crazy and running out of fucking time. I can't take it, I'm losing my fucking mind. So day after day, ride after ride, we'll hook up on the other side. Watch over your family and your newborn till we meet again, homie.
I think I skipped ahead instead of going back. Yeah.
Kato, so confused, not knowing which way to go. I'm going crazy and running out of fucking time. I can't take it, I'm losing my fucking mind. So day after day, ride after ride, we'll hook up on the other side. Watch over your family and your newborn till we meet again, homie. How long will they mourn me?
I wish it would have been another.
How long will they mourn me? How long will they mourn me?
I wish it would have been another.
How long will they mourn me? Ready on. Double jeopardy, Mac.
Damn, a nigga tired of feelings that I'm trying to put in work. I'm tired of crying, watch my homies lead up earth. I know so one day I'll be in the dirt and my peoples will be warning when they hear the call from the girl. All niggas can say is that's fucked up and get tossed up, reminiscing how we grew up. Rest in love to my nigga Kato, see you in the crossroads real soon. But now let me blow out the pro. I'll be always thinking of you, homie. Rest in peace. How long will they motherfucking trip?
A group that Tupac was in with some people besides the Outlaws called Thug Life, and these are some of the people in this song, these last two that we've heard. So Rated R, you saw he mentioned that, so I'm guessing one of these is Rated R. I never really heard much of the group Thug Life at all, so
I don't even remember that group.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, that looks like that's who was on this one. So yeah. All right. So I don't know which was which. I'm guessing one of these was Rated R. This is a different guy coming up. So there was like, let's see, there was 4 verses total on this song. That's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah. So here we go.
But why the fuck it had to be my nigga Kato? Another nigga fell victim to the quote. It's enough to make it crazy. It's fucking with my tone. You only live once, so this other nigga had it bad. Since the day on my motherfucking work. My niggas shut it down when they always be my homie. But when a nigga gone, how long will you mourn me? Yeah.
I wish it would have been
Max
another.
in this motherfucker, yeah. How long will you mourn me?
But
Thug life, boy.
not part of it.
Nick, blowing that shit. Nick, dog, do that shit, nigga. Yeah. How long will you mourn me? It's for my nigga Kato and all his kids. How long will you mourn me?
I wish it would have been
Oh, that's pretty sad though.
Yeah, what he's talking about there, definitely. Yeah, Mac 10 was just a member of another group. West, you've heard of Ice Cube, of course. Yeah, so him and Mac 10 and another member, which is the name. I don't know. I can't remember the name of the other member. They were in a group called West Side Connection based in California, and they were a 3-man group, but I mean, Tupac was just friends with him, just shouting him out.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Nate Dogg, like I said, he was featured on a lot of Dr. Dre, Snoop stuff, and they were signed to Death Row, of course, and Tupac was not signed to Death Row Records at this time yet, but this, I don't know. So he was obviously, he got along with Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg was signed with them as well, I believe. So this might have been kind of the start of that, of Tupac being introduced to those people over there, and that's going to play a big part in what happens later. So,
I don't
so
want to know.
yeah, but yeah, that's going to be a big deal when he signs with Death Row later. That won't happen until 1995 after he gets out of prison, but
Well, Death Row, that kind of,
that's just the name of the record.
I
label.
know, but I'd be scared
Yeah, well,
to sign with that.
there was a very, very scary person as the head of it. Guy that you've never heard of, I would guess. So
I know
we'll get
where
into-
this is leading.
Yeah, so we'll
I
get into
know
that.
where it's leading.
But that leads into all the turmoil of his final year or so once he kind of signs with them, and before also. So anyway, we're gonna get into all that. But yeah, that's a great song there. That's a classic from Tupac. A lot of people featured on it. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was good. I didn't cry. It is sad because you think you hear all these songs, and I used to call them thug songs. You hear all that, and you just think, oh,
You just heard the curse words.
I just heard the curse
That's it.
words. But you know what? As I was listening
You
to
see
this,
what they're talking about.
I see what they're talking about, but that's somebody's brother,
Right, yeah.
somebody's daddy, somebody's uncle, somebody's husband,
Son, yeah.
son.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he was there very close to all of them. That was every verse that they did was about Cato. So
Cato,
I think it was this was, very
dedicated
currently. Well, no, I mean
to
clearly it's dedicated to him, but I think he had died around this time, so that's why they made this song.
well,
So-
you just don't. I never thought of these songs like that, so
Yeah, so yeah.
that's I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm
You sure knew what to say when you heard me listening to it.
I sure
Quite
did.
a bit, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, we close our mind, or we have what's called tunnel vision,
yeah.
as your grandfather used to say, as Doc used to say, you have tunnel vision. You only think one way, you see one way. You don't expand your mind to see, hear.
And also remember that these guys are only 20-something years
I
old.
know.
And seeing all this, so we couldn't possibly fathom or imagine what they've seen or been through,
In
going
their
through
life,
stuff like
yeah,
this.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you never know what somebody else has
Going
been
through.
going through, whatever. So,
Sure
but anyway, but you're getting tuned into it now. So people
Yeah,
are liking to see it. So
I'm
shocked.
and I kind of don't want to go forward, but I do want to go forward because it's Tupac. And just because, again, I'm trying to open my mind to, well, no, I have opened my mind, but I just feel like such an idiot for not being aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
all
probably
I can say.
probably most parents' reactions when their kids start listening to rap.
Well, you don't like that. Now, the language I still don't like, but
But I'll mention it again.
go ahead.
Yep. It's fine for me to watch a movie. over and over and over
With
that
the
actually
words.
shows people getting gunned down.
No, I'm not talking about the gun down. It's
Well,
just
the
the
words,
language.
yeah. But I mean, which is worse, seeing people get shot and hearing the words, or just hearing the words?
Well, these are true stories, though.
Well, yeah.
I mean, to me, this
Yeah.
music.
But most most rap is not really. I mean, yes, there's a lot of truth in what this stuff is going on in the places they're talking about, but it's not specific to them necessarily.
Well, this
is clearly.
This is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Well, Tupac was one of the realest people ever. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing in his songs was a facade. So that's
Okay.
not normal. That's not the majority of how rap is.
Well, okay.
So.
Well, as y'all know,
So.
Tupac's my man, and I wish I could have been his mama. I would have loved to have been his mama.
Well, and I'd be his brother, and then we'd have plenty of money right now for sure. So.
Oh, don't say it like that. But he
Which
would have loved Mama and Doc. That's his grandparents. Doc would have loved Tupac.
I don't know about that.
Mama would have destroyed the name.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
She couldn't pronounce anything,
Nobody's
just like
names.
me. I can destroy a word. I just did. I can destroy a word.
Tupac, Shaker.
Yes.
Tupac. Shaker.
Yeah, no telling what my mother would have said. But anyway,
right,
we're
that's
babbling.
enough. Like I say, guys, we'll get into more. This was definitely the toughest song we've dealt with so far for you. This is definitely the hardest song for sure.
From Tupac,
yeah, definitely with what he was talking about. But we're gonna. You've seen nothing, so.
Oh man! Well, I want to know the story.
Yeah, so we're good.
I do want to know the story.
All right, guys.
And just one more thing. All the comments that you guys have been sending in about the songs that we have done. Thank you so much for doing that, because y'all are educating me. He knows a lot.
Yeah, but I'm wrong on some stuff, and you guys let me know.
I just love reading all the comments.
Yeah.
So y'all just keep the info coming.
Yeah.
Because we don't.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of before 1995 actually. So because like I say, 1994 is when I really started listening.
Because you were young.
Yes, I was 11 years old. It was the summer of 1994, I remember. And even though Dre and Snoop had been around longer. Yeah, definitely longer. Of course, Dre had been around for a very long time, but Snoop kind of hit at 92 actually. But yeah, so I was only 10 then, so I didn't really hear much then. But it was 1994, and I didn't really hear much about Tupac at that time. It was 1995 when I started hearing more about Tupac mainly. So yeah, stuff before then I'm not very, aware of or detailed on, like the thing of him jaywalking and the cops beating him in 1991. So that was way before I had said. So, I was wrong on that. So yeah, I'm glad somebody mentioned that. Several people did, I think. So anyway, all right, guys, we got to get out of here. Yeah. That's enough. That's a long one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and yeah.